All right, welcome guys. Welcome to our Design the Life You Love group. My name's Jackie and thank you so much for joining us tonight, whether you're watching live or watching the recording back. We thank you for taking a look at what we've got to share with you tonight. We are all connected here on a mission to inspire healthy living and to empower people to live life on their terms. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself to begin. I am 28 years old. I've tried numerous different things in my life, and when I came across this business and this amazing health program and product, I was working my way towards being an electrician, not really enjoying that trade, but I had succumbed myself to the fact that I just had to work a job that would pay me well and that would then allow me to do the things that I loved outside of work. I was feeling really quite flat and not super passionate about what the rest of my future looked like. So when someone approached me with an amazing health program, products to support it, and a business to back that up that really just aligned with all of my morals and values, I felt like the sun came out again and I had this exciting purpose and mission that I could embark on. So fast forward to now, I was working like 50 hours a week as an electrician. I was teaching classes, group fitness classes part-time, because that's what lit me up, as being in the health and fitness industry. But now, nearly 2 years past that initial start date, I have left the job that I loved so much. I now work when I want, where I want, with who I want in this amazing business. I work part-time in a gym, and I'm really just able to design my days. So I'm really excited about sharing this with you guys, and I'm excited to have beautiful Saeng launching her business tonight. So thank you to those of you that have jumped on to check out what we're up to. I'm going to kick straight into it and share with you the health program, the products, the stuff that we're really passionate about and that's changing lives every day. So the program that we share is called the Juicy Body Transformation. We're all about whole foods, simple, delicious living that's suitable for the whole family, right? So it ticks all of the boxes for me. There's no calorie counting, there's no measuring, there's no crazy restrictions. We're totally deprivation free. And we're just all about educating people around the power of real food, how you can get more of it into your diet, how you can enjoy it more, and how we can make that work in a busy life. So we offer exercise programs, nutrition guides, there's a shred guide, there's detox guides, you name it, whatever level you want to take your health to or whatever journey you're on at the moment, we've got something to meet you where you're at. And I guess what a lot of us see is that there's a gap in our nutrition today. And pop your hand up if you agree with me. You're either too busy to get loads of fruit and veg every single day, like the typical, 2 and 5. That's like the bare minimum. And then the World Health Organization says we need loads more. I certainly can't get that every day for lack of time, and also lack of availability. A lot of the produce that we can get our hands on now is not picked at its peak ripeness. It's not, it's still got pesticides, there's frozen, or there's something that's gone on between when it was grown on the tree, the way nature designed it, and when it's actually reaching our bodies. So we've teamed up with an amazing company called Juice Plus to share their whole food products. Now, if you haven't seen them or heard of them before, the flagship product is these whole food capsules. You've got fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. Now, when I heard that, I was totally skeptical and I was like, yes, right, whatever, there's something else in there. But what I noticed first when I went to do my research is that it literally is a food label on the back of these. They are whole foods. There is no fractured chemicals, anything else put into this that's not totally derived from the plant itself, right? So literally what they've done is they've got, I think, 27 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. They've juiced them, pulped them, removed all of the water, removed the sugar. So what we're left with is this really incredible powder that's full of the enzymes, the phytochemicals, the nutrients, the good stuff that all works together to create healthy changes in your body, right? Now, if we look at the humble apple, an apple has around 400 key nutrients and about 10,000 phytochemicals that all work together in unison to, bring about that vitality, to create cell regeneration and growth and all of the things that we all need to get through life healthy and happy. So it made sense to me that, hey, if I can't get 27 different fruits and veg on my own, the capsules will definitely help me bridge the gap. And that's what we're all about. We're not here to say that you don't need to eat whole foods. It's all about bridging the gap with this easy, simple change every day and getting that vitality straight into your body first thing in the morning. So those are our flagship product. I'm really excited about the newest product, our omegas. They're a plant-based omega. Now, I've always taken fish oils, understanding the power of omegas, how great they are for cell regeneration, again, for your mental health, your hair, your skin, your nails, you name it. Omegas are super powerful, but we've literally skipped past the middle fish, right? So you've removed loads of, different things, toxins that can show in fish, and fish literally get their omegas from algae anyway. So we've gone straight to the algae. We've got sea buckthorn berries, raspberry seed oils, you name it, and it's all brought together in a whole food plant-based capsule, again, vegan capsule that's got a broader array of omegas than what I guess most of us would get in our diet normally, right? So we haven't just got the 3, 6, and 9. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 in there. So I feel amazing after adding the omegas, and I know that by having those capsules first thing in the morning, I'm flooding my body with all of this goodness, and it just sets the standard for the day. Our bodies are very much like attracts like, right? So most people resonate when I use the opposite terminology, right? If you eat loads of junk food, sugar, fatty things, that's what you start to crave. Your body starts to crave that kind of food. But the same happens when you do the flip. So when you flood your body with really great nutrition, it starts to go, hey, that was really good, and I actually really could use that. Give me some more. So we start to notice that we're craving more healthy foods, which is where the program comes in. And we know that healthy living is not just about us, the adults, the mum and dad. It's all about the whole family. So Juice Plus as a company have also put the fruit and vegetable blends into a chewable form. And what I love about that is that children can actually be sponsored in our program for up to 4 years. So they can get their products entirely free and see those healthy changes. You know, we're seeing things there's over 1.5 million children in the study. They're missing less school because they're not sick as often, so less over-the-counter medications. Their behaviour is improving. Their eating habits are improving. I don't know how many stories I've heard of kids going to the fridge and grabbing a cucumber or a tomato or a capsicum as opposed to looking for some other kind of snack. And that's just a snippet of the changes that we see as a whole through this program and these products. So the research behind it shows that the inflammation in the body, systemic inflammation, reduces when you start taking Juice Plus. Now that's incredibly powerful when you start to understand that all disease is some form of inflammation. Our immune systems improve. The list goes on, honestly, and the changes that everyone notices are so broad. We'll get back to that soon, and I'll share some awesome stories with you. But that's kind of the micronutrition side of things, right? So that looks after all us, like I said, the phytochemicals, all the nutrients that work together. Then we understand that we need to put good food into our body as well. So for me, does anyone else lead a crazy busy life and you feel like you're running back and forth all the time and you need to have something to have on the go? That's where our Juice Plus complete powders come in. So these look after the macronutrient side of things. You've got plant proteins, we've got great carbohydrates, superfoods, healthy fats, and literally when you read the ingredients on these things, it's all naturally flavored. Like I said, loads of plant protein, things like alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, organic amaranth, pomegranate powder, pumpkin powder, all this crazy stuff that, once again, I would not get into my diet normally, but when it tastes like French vanilla or Dutch chocolate, you have to stop me from having 2 or 3 a day. So I love that I can have something on the go that's super convenient for a quick breakfast, for a snack on the run, and I'm still doing the right thing by my body and my health. So I know what brings these products to life, though, and all of these facts that I've just poured all over you, brings them really out, is hearing people's stories and hearing what's changed. So I'm going to hand you over to Saeng, who's launching tonight. So excited for you to start your business. But I know that you have started on the product. I'd love to know how long you've been on the product and what you've noticed in that time.
I've been in the product over 4 months, and the difference that I know is I got a lot more energy, and also I'm very busy. Like my life is just I work full time. I got farm to run, and yeah, I do lots of boxing and core class. I know in the past when I also got my health issue. But since thanks to my friend Jane, she introduced me to this amazing product. And yeah, so far I lost over 12 kilo, and I got a lot more energy and get to help lots of people in such a small community.
That is amazing. Congratulations on your weight loss, and that, you know, we know that that weight loss is a byproduct of becoming healthy, right? So it's pretty incredible to consider everything that's going on at a cellular level for you. That energy is just, you know, that's the external view of what's really happening inside. So that's so awesome. I'm so pleased for you, and congratulations again on launching the business. Lorraine,
thank you.
Thank you. Lorraine, if you could share with us your story. You've been on the products for, is it 12 months now, longer?
Longer, Jack. I've been on them since just before Christmas, 12 months ago. I've got hemochromatosis, fibromyalgia, and diverticulitis, and I was terribly sick to the point where I was not able to walk properly. Even to get to my letterbox was a very hard thing to do. I couldn't roll over in bed and without, you know, just crying in pain all night. And I was getting about 2 hours sleep a day. And when I started on the products, the first thing I noticed was my energy levels went up so much that I was getting 7 hours of straight sleep without waking up. I could roll over in bed. And as the time has gone, the inflammation in my body has gone down to such a point where I was going weekly to a chiropractor, and now I go only fortnightly. And I was going for 7 years weekly to chiropractor. So with this product, you know, it's saved me in so much just with money in chiropractic fees because of helping my body heal. And my body was not healing until I started taking this product. I had a major car accident 7 years ago, so that was my major inflammation that put my fibromyalgia out of control. But with my diverticulitis, that's all settled down. I was in terrible pain with that. I nearly died of that a couple of years ago, where I had an abscess on the bowel, and my bowel nearly burst. So, you know, the transformations in my body alone, I'm able to walk, I'm able to do things, think functionally. I can function better because I had 2 small strokes. So when you have small strokes, your brain doesn't function real well, and for me, I couldn't put sentences together all the time, and it was very difficult. But now I'm doing more and more that now in my life. So I'm so grateful to this product. Thanks, Jack.
Love it. Thank you, Lorraine. I get goosebumps every time I hear your story because I know how much it has changed your life on a whole, and still seeing the changes that, you know, happen for you now over 12 months later. So thank you so much for being open and honest and sharing your journey with us. I think it's so common, the things that we hear, more energy, the hair, the skin, the nail growth, all of those things, like your body will use this effectively in a hierarchy of healing, right? Wherever it needs it the most is where it's going to start to heal. And that's what's so powerful about it. So as you can see, we're all crazy passionate about this amazing product and program, and so excited to share it. So for me, it made total sense to segue into the business and start sharing it with the people who were asking me what I was doing differently anyway. But I know that I had quite a few questions and I guess some concerns when looking into a business like this. So I'm going to go to Lee to chat about some of the obvious questions that come up.
I thought you said it was fine to do dishes later.
Who's not on mute?
Pardon?
Mute some people. There we go. Sorry, guys. So, hey, my name's Lee. I've been with the Juice Plus company now for just over 2 years, which is pretty exciting. Now, I first looked into this business and was pretty skeptical. I wanted to sort of look at more the energy side of things, being a mum. But what really got me was, you know, just having a really good look at this for my family life. I was a single mum. I've got 2 kids, and before I started this business, I've worked in corporate organizations for 27 years. You know, I've had that amazing lifestyle of having a lot of income. But then, as we know, as life goes on, you get a family and you get a mortgage and a husband and all of those wonderful things. But as life happens, I ended up getting rid of my husband. I've still got the kids. I've got no house. And I ended up on a single parent pension. So I went from earning $100,000 a year in my amazing lifestyle before family to going on a $440 a week pension. You know, and there's a lot of things that are important in life, and obviously looking after kids is the main thing, but you also miss out on the fun stuff. You miss out on the shopping adventures and the travel. And we pretty much didn't go anywhere for nearly 6 years, which was, you know, it's kind of tough when you have that independence and then you lose it again. So, you know, one thing that really got me when I had a look into this, I was really skeptical in the beginning, but I could just see that, you know, I just started earning little bits and pieces to give my family more choices. We were able to go on holidays. I was able to give them some nice Christmas presents and pay for their school sports activities. And, you know, what I've been able to create over the last 2 years is an amazing team around Australia. And, you know, the kids are happy and they're healthy, and we're just about to put them into their second lot of sports stuff that they can pay for, that I can afford to pay for. You know, they're $90 a term, and I've got 2 kids, so it all adds up, right? So this is a really cool milestone for me to be able to put them into extra sporting activities. So when I first looked into this, you know, I was, as I said, super skeptical. But what really got me is that when I worked in my corporate organization that I worked in for 27 years, hopefully you guys can see that. When I looked at it, it's pretty much like this, right? You've got a CEO of a company. So I used to work for Allianz, and they had a CEO, and then we had all these little people that worked down here. And I was one of these people. I was one of these workers that worked 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, every single day. I used to have to travel to Brisbane when I had this job. So I was traveling nearly an hour and a half each way every day. And you've got different levels in a normal structured organisation where you work. And after 27 years, I managed to force my way up to this position. I booted some people out of the way. I made way for myself to move up. But what I noticed was that there's actually not that many positions around this level. And I stayed in that job for 7 years at Allianz, at the one company. So none of these people were able to actually get there. So the great thing is, when I looked at this business, it was a totally different structure. Where have the kids put my stuff? They love playing on my whiteboard. So when I had a good look at this one, I noticed that it was a total different structure. And everyone starts as a virtual franchisee. So it cost me $165. Now, to get to that level in my other job, I think roughly on average, I've spent about $150,000 to get there of 27 years. And I now can't go back to that career. So as long as I pay my $165 franchise fee, I'm sweet. So what I noticed is that anybody can actually get up to the top level of NMD. And you're not pushing anybody out of the way because there's actually unlimited positions to get to here. As long as you're working for it, you can actually get to here. So that was really cool. So the more people that you can help in this business, the more you get rewarded. And another thing that I thought of was, well, I don't actually know that many people. Like, I've been working at home as a mum for the last 6 years. I've got a little part-time business that I was running out of my garage, but it wasn't making me any money. I couldn't get any more people in the door than I could physically have in a day. So, you know, that was purely part-time that I was doing that. So I was thinking to myself, I don't know any people. Like, I work out of my garage. How am I going to build this business? But what I found was that when I started, it was just me. Now, Lorian introduced this to me just over 2 years ago now. And I just had to think about some people in my life that wanted better health. I've got a friend who has a really sick kid whose name is Joel. And he's actually doing pretty well at the moment. He just got out of hospital today. So Katie was super excited to be able to find out how these products could help her son's health. So I introduced it to her. Now, she also introduced it to Sally and Sarah and loads of other people. I can't remember half their names. And then Sarah's introduced it to a couple of girls in Townsville, and there's some more girls in Melbourne, and you can see that it just grows. So I've also introduced it to Monique, who's introduced it to Jane, who's introduced it to Saeng. Now, everyone's got their little, you know, reasons why they've started this business and why they've started on the product. So it's just grown over the last 2 years. So it didn't matter, because I only knew a couple of people in the business, and now it's grown over the last couple of years to be able to allow me to stay at home with the kids full time now. So that's been really cool. So I'm going to hand it over now to Monique. Where are you? And she's going to tell you about some of the different ways that we get paid in this business.
Hi. Okay. So as a stay-at-home mum myself, for nearly 5 years without working before finding this business, I was really excited about how we got paid. So I was looking for an online business just like this, but it kind of exceeded my expectations actually once I got started. We actually get paid 3 different ways. One is retail, which you would expect. So basically, you get paid for your own personal products and that you use, which is fantastic. So you get to stay healthy and get rewarded for that financially, and for your customers' orders as well. There's no stock to hold on to, which is why I fell in love with this business, because I had tried online businesses before. I had to spend over thousands of dollars on stock, which you don't have to do. And there's distribution centres in over 26 countries. So it becomes a global business straight away, which is also very exciting. If you or friends that you have or family have friends overseas, you can extend that far. So the first way is the retail. The second way we get paid is our bonus money. I like to think of this as money for myself. The retail kind of is a wonderful contribution to the household, and that felt really good after being a stay-at-home mum. But the bonus money is fun, and basically we get that bonus money for teaching other people in business. So teaching them and linking arms with them and inspiring them in business. And you both get the bonuses along the way, which is really exciting. And I think one of our rules in this team actually is that you should spend it on yourself. So that's the now money. And the other, actually one of the most exciting actually is the residual, which is the third. And that's like the commission that kind of comes in as you build a team. And for me, that's planning for the future. You know, that's planning to not have to go back to a job ever again, and have that residual come in and support my husband for work, and plan for our future. So that's the 3 ways to get paid. Thanks, Lee.
That's awesome. Thanks, Monique. I know I was so excited about the bonuses and all these different ways that we can literally control our own income, you know. So, goodbye, lady tradie. Hello, work from home whenever you want, boss lady. So to hear some more of, I guess, how people's lives have changed through the business, I'm going to hand you over to Coralie. She's had some amazing success in this business. Coralie, can you let us know, how long you've been in the business and what you're loving?
Hi, I've been in the business, I think it's going on 7 months now. I was kind of just looking, I was looking for something at home with my kids. So my daughter is got a medically complex disorder, so it's been really hard, and we were traveling to and from the city because we're rural in rural Broken Hill. So yeah, I was really just looking for something to be able to work from home. And I guess with these kind of businesses, you are a little bit skeptical. Sorry, she's just talking. So yeah, but I got in, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I really just got into it and treated it like my business sort of to begin with. And yeah, it's really changed my life. 7 months in now, you know, I've made over $25,000, believe it or not. So that skepticism kind of went away quite quickly, and we're able to travel. You know, next week we're going to Melbourne, a kid-free trip for my husband for his 30th that I've paid for myself. Just being able to contribute as a mum and really just, yeah, have a career for myself, and yeah, just sort of believe in myself. And yeah, it's been amazing. I've had amazing friendships, and you know, I'm just growing in myself as well. So yeah, I've only got good to say about this business, and yeah, I just yeah, I'm really excited about the future and what it can hold in this type of business. Sorry, Jackie, she's up to.
She's super cute.
It's nice to be appreciated.
Okay, so Sky, I'd love to hear your story. Let us know. Let us know what your experience has been with the business.
Thanks, Jackie. Hi, everyone. Okay, so for me, I started on the products. As you can see, I have a small human. He's now 7 months old, but last year I was pregnant with him, and after I had him, I just had really low energy, so I got on the products. And after a couple of months, I rang my upline, Michelle, and I said, what can I do to get this out there? It just changed my life, and I'm going to try to not cry. The products changed my life in just an unbelievable way that I wanted to share it. I've always had a passion for nutrition and a passion for wellness. I started a Bachelor of Nutrition last year, and because of what the products did for me, it was a no-brainer to get out there and share it with other people. What the business has done for me, so it's been just over 3 months. For me, last year, I'm a single mum as well. I've got 2 boys, and went through a relationship breakdown last year. So for me, the business, it was a lot of juggling to start with, but last year I was basically struggling to pay the rent, struggling to pay for fuel, struggling to pay for food. I was having to go and seek help from friends, family, charities, all that sort of thing. Christmas was just looking like it was going to be a nightmare, and with some help we got through it. But now, in the last 2 months, we've moved into a beautiful place. So we've got a really nice place here now. We got to go to Melbourne to see our family, and we haven't actually been to Melbourne for 2.5 years. So my family got to meet my little baby River. There's food on the table. There's fuel in my car. One of my boys, my oldest boy, who's 6, he started baseball last year, and it was a bit of a struggle to get to get that sorted. But this year he's doing baseball again, and I said, what else do you want to do? Because he can do other sports as well, because I can afford it. I'm going down to Brisbane in a couple of weeks because I qualified to go to MLM Nation, which is just going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. It's a conference down there, and I'm also planning on going to India at the end of the year with my sister, which is on a spiritual quest. So that's going to be amazing. I just love it, and I don't have to go back to work. River's not going into daycare. He's going to be home with me every day, and he is every day, even though he's accident prone and crawls around and crashes into everything. I get to see him crawling every day. I get to go to all my son's sporting events. I get to do tuck shop twice a week. I get to go to my son's school assembly. I wouldn't be able to do any of that if it wasn't for this business. I would have had to have gone back to work, and I'd be missing out on all these great things. And so I'm so grateful, and I am tearing up, so I'm going to stop.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I actually had not met or heard Sky's story until tonight, and I already love her. That's how amazing this community is and the awesome people that we get to meet. So thank you for sharing. One last story for you guys. I'm going to hand over to our friend Lorian, our amazing mentor. Lorian, if you can share with us your experience and what you've managed to create through this business.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. Awesome story tonight. So proud to see each and every one of you. With what this not only this product, but also business is found able to give you guys. And the two biggest problems in the world right now, people are suffering with their health, and they're suffering financially. And for me, this just really made sense. That we could help people improve their health and their financial situation. And I came across this about 3 years ago. I was massively skeptical, because I think that's natural, right? Many of us have been burnt in the past. There's a lot of scams and things out there, and you do need to be careful, and you do need to get educated. So that's what I did. I got educated. I found people that were having the success that I wanted to have, and I just began to mirror and model those people. I was $50,000 in debt at the time. I had 3-4 credit cards maxed out. I didn't like my boss, and I just was totally burning out, and I was looking for something. I wasn't sure what it was. I tried a few different businesses and opportunities that just went nowhere. So when I came across this, actually one of my clients, she got some really amazing results from the product. And when I looked into it, it just made sense to me. It's fruits and vegetables. We all know that we don't get enough and we should get more. It was a no-brainer. So I started a business, and in the beginning it was just that extra money. I was working 50, 60 hours a week at the time. So it's just that little bit of extra money that I could kind of do on the side, and it allowed me to pay off my credit cards. It allowed us to take some really amazing holidays with our team and have a whole heap of fun. Over time it's grown into so much more. These days this is a multiple six-figure income. We help people in 12 different countries around the world. Life's good. I think, for me, recently I was able to buy my dad a new car. His car blew up. Not just a new car, an old bomb, but, a really nice car. And, just to let him know that I've got his back no matter what. He's a pensioner, he's 78 years old, and he was really stressed about not having a car and being able to get around. And just, to call him up and say, you don't even need to, I just said, what are you worried about? Don't worry, we'll get your car tomorrow. I never could have done that 3.5 years ago when I started this business. I wouldn't have even had a thought, because I was just living week to week, wondering how I was going to pay the bills, how I was going to get by. and it was just all about me. And this business has allowed us to help and contribute, not only my family but many others as well. So yeah, and just I'm so proud of all these ladies and the odd guy, the odd token guy like myself that do this as well. And yeah, just so proud of how far they've come and the journey and the people that they've become. And I think it's one of the things I love most about this community is everyone's got each other's back. Tomorrow we're going up with 250 of our team up to the Sunshine Coast. We're staying at a really nice resort up there. We're going to be doing a whole heap of team building and fun, and just I love it. Honestly, I couldn't think of anything else I'd rather be doing with my life. So yeah, that's kind of it from us. And look, the thing is, right, is we're real people, and this is not scripted. This is not like fancy video presentation. We're just everyday people making a difference in the world, and that's what it's all about. So I'd encourage you, if something resonated with you here tonight, I encourage you to get your questions answered. And seriously, if these mums can do it, if I can do it, why not you? And why not now? The world of business is changing every single day, and 60 to 70% of people have a little side hustle these days, a side business, because it's tough out there. People are struggling, drowning you in debt, and that leads to poor health too. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of heart disease and high hypertension, high blood pressure, all this kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of all from us tonight. Thanks so much for jumping on. Big shout out to the team. You guys freaking rocked it. So proud of you. And I want to, thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight as well. So thanks a lot for coming along. Have a great night. That's it from us.